According to the It Can Wait organization, over 100,000 accidents a year involve a driver who is texting. Texting and driving is one of the most dangerous activities you can take part in. Too many deaths and life-changing accidents occur every single day for something so unimportant as a text. There is no better time than the present to join the cause in making our roadways a safer place for you and for everyone around you by not texting and driving. There are 3 main things that you should know about texting and driving and why you should never do it. First off are some of the logical fallacies that people justify texting and driving by. Second are some of the real-life stories that people have been life-altered from texting and driving. And lastly are some of the efforts in place that you can join today to help make our roads safer. I'll now take you through some of the reasons why people consider texting and driving safe and why the reasons don't really make any sense. As the availability of technology rises, the problems with texting and driving crashes have become more prominent. While David Pogue states that 41 states have banned texting and driving, people continue to take part in this dangerous activity every single day. Everyone is guilty, including myself. As you glance down at your phone and then glance back up, we think we're being safe. According to the Addressing the Texting and Driving Epidemic, while 80% of young Americans agree that texting and driving is dangerous, 1/3 of them admit to have done it in just the past month. Why do we continue to take these risks? According to the Tools for Schools, 82% of Americans aged 16 to 17 have a cell phone. 34% of them admit to texting and driving, but 77% of them think that they have a good method for it. People have become way too comfortable, and a shocking 55% of those people think that texting and driving is downright easy. Through extensive studies, it has been concluded that no human can effectively text and drive. You cannot effectively divert your attention from your phone to the road and continue to pay attention. Error will fatally result in becoming a statistic. A common misconception is that a hands-free device is safer. The NSC poll states that no method of texting and driving is any safer, hands-free or hands-on. Your brain activity is still diverted from the roadways. Described by David Pogue was a study put on by the Texas A&M Transportation Institute, where one group texted and drove, one group used a hands-free device, and the third didn't text at all. The results were shocking. There was no difference in the results for both of the texting drivers, no matter what method. Both drivers took twice as long to react to roadway situations, and also both drivers could not pay attention to the road as long, no matter what method used. In the Addressing the Texting and Driving Epidemic Journal, after being told that researchers at Carnegie Mellon University found that brain activity decreases by 37% while on a cell phone, students were still quoted saying, "I can do it. It's not that hard. It's not that dangerous. I can put one hand on the wheel and one hand on my phone. I have a good method. It's safe." Tools for Schools campaign states that you drive the length of a football field at 55 miles per hour while texting, virtually with your eyes closed. Texting affects your brain and delays your reactions at the same level of having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08%. Summed up by David Pogue, texting and driving is just as dangerous and causes just as many accidents as alcohol and drugs. No text is as important as a life, so make the decision today to not do it. Now that we've discussed that it's illogical to feel safe while driving and texting, you will see some of the real-life consequences of texting and driving. Stated by the Addressing the Texting and Driving Epidemic, 1.6 million car crashes occur from texting and driving. This leaves millions of families in devastation as they're left to cope with the tragedy of losing a loved one to something so invaluable as a text. In this picture is Liz Mark. She was 20 years old when she was driving and looked down to see a text from her mother. She slammed into the back of a truck that had slowed to turn left. She received serious brain injuries, became blind in one eye, and was permanently and severely disabled. In this picture is Xavier Davis Bilbo. He was walking through a crosswalk in elementary school when he was slammed into by a girl who looked down at her phone to text, "I'm on my way." He was paralyzed from the diaphragm down, lost the use of his left lung, breathes off of a ventilator, and is now completely dependent on his mother. In this video is Chandler Gerber. He slammed into the back of an Amish buggy when he was texting back and forth with his wife, killing 3 people. This is how he felt.
But at that point, it was just, oh, I can text and drive. It's no big deal. And it is a big deal. Please don't do it. Please don't ever text and drive. It's life. You get one chance, and you live with the choices you make.
He was quoted earlier in the video stating that if he could go back and change what he had done, he would. No life is worth what happened. Now that we have discussed some of the heart-wrenching pains felt by those who have had to experience texting and driving in the worst possible way, I will show you some of the campaigns and how you can help make a difference. More lives that have been uselessly lost, the more people who have come together to make a difference. The AT&T campaign on the Tools for Schools has started the #X campaign. This works where if you're texting back and forth with someone, you send them a hashtag and an X to let them know that you're about to be driving and you will resume the conversation when you get there safely. More campaigns have started and the It Can Wait campaign has become more popular. You can see it on TV, on social media, on billboards, and it uses slogans such as "One text or call can wreck it all." People everywhere are uniting to make a difference about texting and driving to make the roadways safer. There is no better time to join this cause. Joining the many causes and efforts to stop texting and driving is the best way to ensure safety for you and your loved ones. Today we discussed the 3 main points of texting and driving and why you should never do it. From the illogical fallacies that people use to the heart-wrenching stories of families that have had to experience it, and to lastly to the efforts that you can join to make a difference. A lot of us think that this will never happen to us, but the best way to ensure the safety of you and your loved ones is to come together as a nation and to decide that texting and driving truly can wait. Remember, it has been statistically proven that you cannot effectively text and drive. Ignoring this proof will result in you becoming a statistic.